Pizza, hot honey, Dr. Pepper, the guy from Barstool Sports, Black Magic. What do these have in common? If you guessed this random hole in the wall, you'd be right. They make what might be the greatest pepperoni pizza on earth, maybe even the universe. It's called Dr. Pepperoni. Yeah, you heard that right. What actually makes this thing so special? Today, we're gonna find out. Hot honey, pepperoni, and yes, Dr. Pepper. Wait, are you actually gonna put Dr. Pepper on this? Funny enough, this entire recipe started here. Where's here? Black Magic Pizza, a tiny pizza window where you can literally summon some of the craziest pizzas I've ever seen. And I'm not exaggerating, just look at these. I don't even know what half of this is, but I do know that I want it in my mouth. Okay, alright. What really makes this place different though is the vibe. It's not even a full restaurant. It's a window on the side of a whiskey lounge with neon lights glowing over it like you just walked out of a movie scene. And somehow it works. Even their Instagram is just memes. Like, straight up, I could probably just use these posts for the rest of this video and it'd be funnier than anything I can write. And the craziest part, it's not just marketing, it's actually working. They've got this weird, chaotic energy and they just lean into it. Now, speaking of the food, look at this menu. These names are actually insane. Jesus, White Iverson, some of these I genuinely can't even say on YouTube, and then there's Dr. Pepperoni. I've had this pizza 23 times. I'm not kidding, I've been counting. So I figured, what better way to spend a weekend than to finally break it down, uncover its secrets, and try and recreate it at home. And let me tell you, I probably should have just stopped at eating it. So we pulled up to the shop and grabbed two things, an OG cannoli and of course a Dr. Pepperoni. Quick side note, if you eat cannolis, tell me I'm not crazy. There's two types of filling. One is super sweet and the other one is kind of tart. And it's basically Russian roulette every time you order one. If you know what I'm talking about, please back me up because everyone I've asked looks at me like I'm crazy. Anyways, we try to do a proper food review, but I'm just a guy with a 9 to 5 making videos for fun, so the audio came out like this.
You want to show the cannoli?
Yeah, we're not using that. So here's the breakdown. For me, an easy 10 out of 10. Shocking, I know. Now, for Ye, she doesn't even like spicy food, and she still loved this pizza, which should tell you everything that you need to know. Crust, easy, 8 out of 10. Only thing missing, a little bit more crunch. Sauce, 10 out of 10. That Dr. Pepper drizzle definitely has something going on in it. Cheese, 7 out of 10. Nothing insane, but it gets the job done. Now, if you take all that, average it out, factor in absolutely nothing scientific whatsoever, the Dr. Pepperoni gets a 10 out of 10. And at that point, there was only one thing left to do, recreate it. Alright, so for this recipe, we decided to go with all-purpose flour, which will come in handy for our homemade dough. Then we have our homemade dough. The recipe's a secret, but we decided on a Neapolitan style since that was the closest to new Neapolitan.
But he said it's half Neapolitan. What'd you describe it as?
New Neapolitan. It's more like in between a New York style and Neapolitan.
Which is better for me because it means more crisp.
We also got some fresh mozz, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be dehydrated.
For the cheese, you want to go with low moisture mozzarella.
But unfortunately, I like to stay hydrated, so we got this. We then have our pepperoni, which if you can get a log.
If you can get a log of pepperonis and cut them up yourself. That way you can get those nice crispy cupped pepperonis that everybody loves.
Yeah, my local grocery store isn't as cool as my local pizza shop, so we're stuck with this. Apple cider vinegar, which I totally remember to use in this video. Crushed canned tomatoes, because the dough guy said so.
For my sauce, I just use crushed tomatoes and a few ingredients. Here's my recipe.
Honey.
Yes?
No, not you. Crushed red pepper, just like my soul after those views on my last video. And the goat of the show, Dr. Pepper. Since I was going to make this at home in my own oven, I wanted to try and level the playing field. And the best way you can do that is by using today's sponsor. It's like we still don't have a sponsor. One day. But seriously. You can buy a pizza stone, which I think is supposed to make the crust come out a bit better. Whoa, did you see that? We got 2 views now. 2 views. One on the head, one over there, 2 views. Whoa, that totally didn't cost a lot of extra work or money or anything like that. We got 2 views. Maybe you didn't even notice, but there's 2 views now. Hopefully this video doesn't get 2 views. That would suck. Let me know what you think in the comments about the 2 views thing. All right, don't quote me on that. I also got some new kitchen towels. Yeah, there's no joke here. I just got new towels. Now, the instructions that came with the pizza stone said to wipe it down with a wet cloth. Hey, look, I got one of those. It also said to only place the stone into a cool oven. Clearly, these guys have never played Minecraft. Unfortunately for them, I had already preheated the oven to 525 degrees Fahrenheit, so there's no way I was gonna turn off the oven and wait for it to cool. Putting a cold pizza stone directly into a hot oven frequently causes it to crack or break due to thermal shock. Alright, I guess we're waiting for the oven to cool. Side note, this thing is literally a slab of stone. I mean, I know it's in the name, but if you've never heard of one, it basically feels like someone just placed a freshly cut piece of tile in your hand. Who knows what a freshly cut piece of tile feels like. Alright, so we're back. I cooled off the oven, placed the stone in, then reheated it back to 525 Fahrenheit. Totally didn't delay my entire film session by 1 hour. Alright, so now we're gonna work on the sauce. Go ahead and use your favorite can opening method. Mine is the can opener. Pour those bad boys in there. These canned tomatoes are crushed just enough to ruin my Italian mother's hopes and dreams. Grab some spices. For us, we're gonna do salt, parsley. What did I even just grab?
Kloski, analysis.
I think that's oregano, pepper. Oh no, that's oregano. Maybe it was time for me to move on to the next clip. Go ahead and pour about this much salt in there, this much parsley, whatever this is, this much pepper. And if it looks like your Nonna just threw up in it, I think we're talking. Give it a good mix. And then, I don't even know why, but I got the urge to put sugar in it.
No. Wait.
From here, we just give it another mix. And when I did the taste test, damn, that actually tasted really good. Honestly, probably could have just drank this. Now it was time for the dough. Flour down the surface and spread it like you're Doctor Strange about to open a portal. And trust me, you're gonna want flour on your hands too, because if you don't, this happens. Yeah, don't be me. Once you finally wrestle the dough free, throw it on the surface and hit it with more flour. Now for this part, we're gonna watch the dough guy teach us how to handle our dough, because I mean, after all, he is the dough guy.
You're gonna want to flour the entire surface to make sure it doesn't rip while you're stretching it.
At this point, I'm realizing flour is basically the main character. Now start shaping it. Push outward, keep the center thin, and build up that crust around the edges. Because that crust, that can make or break your whole pizza.
Then you're gonna push the air out of the rest of the dough. Once it's a little bit bigger than your hand, I like to flip it and do the same on the other side. Then you're gonna pick the dough up and try to get the rest of the flour off. You can just shake it like this.
Oh wait, we're not at that part yet.
Another tip, it's super important for your pizza dough to get to room temperature before you try to stretch it. So let it sit out for 4 to 5 hours before you bake pizza.
Wait, but we already started stretching.
Just gonna let gravity do the work here and keep moving it on your knuckles until it gets completely stretched out.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I suck at this.
I don't know if you can see this, but there's some thin spots. So you just want to kind of move away from those areas and look for the thicker spots to stretch out.
Yeah, I don't think I was good enough to make it that far, so we're just gonna move on. From here, I tried my best to make the dough as circular as possible to compensate for what just happened. If you make a hole in your dough, don't worry, just patch it, like I patched my skills with that montage. And if your circle isn't perfect, that's fine. The earth isn't either, so we're calling this WGS84 and moving on. Yeah, no one's getting that. Now it's time to handle our cheese. Yeah, mine looks like it just got out of a swimming pool.
And if you can, grate it yourself because it melts on the pizza way better.
Wow, they really have a machine for everything. My machine of choice is this medieval torture device. Once your cheese is ready, it's time for your sauce. You can measure it or just feel it in your soul, whatever works for you, then spoon it evenly across the surface. The dough guy said to use Romano cheese as a base. I'm like 60% sure this is Romano, the other 40%, I guess we're about to find out. From here, add your mozzarella. Cover it to your desire, or completely lose control, that works too. Now for the pepperoni, I highly recommend not using this. Last but not least, it's time for my favorite game. Try to get the pizza in the oven without absolutely ruining your entire day.
No. Wait.
So now it's time for what we've all been waiting for, the secret Dr. Pepper drizzle. For this, we're gonna want to take a bottle of honey and dump it out. You can taste yours to make sure you didn't get scammed. From here, you're gonna want to take red pepper and throw in as much as you want. There's a simple recipe I put on the screen to help you pick your spice level. You're gonna want to get a pot hot and ready so we can fuse in our next ingredient. Give your honey a good stir so we can distribute that heat. And finally, open your unshaken bottle of Dr. Pepper and pour that bad boy in there. At this point, I don't know what to expect because I don't think this is a real recipe, but I'm going to assume that the foam is a good sign. If you've made it this far and your entire kitchen smells like pizza, soda, and honey, I'd assume you're doing just fine. Luckily, nothing overflowed this time. Oh shoot. If you survive making the Dr. Pepper drizzle, go ahead and take out a strainer so we can remove the pepper flakes. If your mixture seems a bit too liquidy, you can go ahead and add more honey. Now that the secret sauce was ready, all that was left to do was wait for the pizza. So after 18 minutes at 525 degrees Fahrenheit, it was time to see how our pizza came out. And surely, after all the research, hard work, and dedication, this pizza would look just like the one from Black Magic. Alright, I'm retiring. Just kidding, we still got work to do. Honestly, the color isn't that bad. The main thing that's killing it is the crust. This isn't really New York or Neapolitan, it's more of a Papa John's, but it's not okay. Put it on a wire rack to let it cool so the bottom doesn't get soggy. And side note, wire racks are kinda goated. Anything that you bake or fry with a crust, this thing will save your entire dish. From here, I got the urge to put oil on the crust, which is basically the equivalent to putting a spray tan on a bodybuilder. Now that my crust looks burnt, it was time to add the Dr. Pepper drizzle. With all that, we went ahead and cut it up. And gave it a good taste test. Honestly, I was kinda surprised. It tasted really good. I couldn't tell if it was because this was the first thing I ate all day, or if it was the pound of sugar talking, but I would definitely make this again. The sauce was sweet and not overpowering, so I'd give it a 10 out of 10. The cheese tasted like cheese, so I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And the crust was definitely crunchy, but could have been more distributed, so I'd give it an 8 out of 10. And after all my calculations, I'd say this comes out to a 9.99 out of 10. Not better than the original Dr. Pepper, but pretty close. And last but not least, of course I couldn't forget about Ye, so let's have her be the final verdict and see what she has to say.
It looks really chunky.
Yeah.
I wish I tried it fresh.
Hey, it's me. Don't do it. Don't click off the video. Don't do it. I know you want to do it. Don't. My social media manager told me to tell you guys a couple things. So first, thank you for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed it. Put it in the comments what you guys want to see next. If you have any ideas, I'll do it. Ask that one guy, this guy. I did it. I did their idea. I went through with it. I'll probably be gone for a little bit. Not too long though. My fiance is making me go outside. Something about going to Aruba to eat McDonald's. Try the McDonald's over there. Hey, I also have an Instagram. If you guys want to see behind the scenes, I have an Instagram. There's a couple of you guys that follow me and you guys interact. Then if you want to see the McDonald's, the Aruba thing, follow my Instagram. All right, you want inspiration? Something inspirational? Here you go.
You know what? In life, don't cover the charge by. Whoa! Don't charge the cover, charge the book. Man, don't book the cover. Book. Don't whatever. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
All right, see you guys.